Good morning and welcome to our lesson today. So this is actually a lesson for some of us who have been here before, and we've been able to capture quite some few units, and we are moving on very well. And I'm hoping that by the end of this semester, we should be almost either done with this book, or almost about to end. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because when we come back in January, God willing, okay, perhaps if some of us would be ready to undertake an exam, I shall be ready, I shall have prepared you, and therefore you should be ready to sit for an exam. But as you understand, shorthand is a very dynamic unit, because this is not a unit where you go read notes. This is not a unit where you go copy. This is a unit that you have to take personal initiative to take time and drill. And as I've said before, and I'll still repeat it again, shorthand has no shortcut. You have to basically drill. You have to do your assignments, in case you have issues on words that you don't understand. I am here. You can always ask me and I'll be able to guide you. I want to walk this journey with you. Okay, so you can be sure of my, I can give my commitment that I'll make sure that we are able to move forward and prepare for an exam. Okay, but I'll also require of you to make sure that you do your part. I'll do my part, I'll do my very best, God willing, and I'll also expect the same from you. So please, as we've done it before, please let's walk this journey together. So the last time I checked, we had done quite up to unit 10. We had done up to unit 9, where we were able to mention about the consonant he, and we spoke about the different ways of representing the sound of consonant he. We've got the upward, we've got the downward, we've got the tick, and we've got the dots he. So these are used in different scenarios, and I think I was able to end up to that point. From the last exam that we did, I'm happy that most of us managed to get at least 50% and above, which is a very positive thing. Okay, so right now I want us to continue with unit 10. So remember, from unit 1 up to unit 9, we've been able to capture different concepts of shorthand. We've been able to capture the downstrokes, the curved horizontal strokes, the consonant, the S circle, the consonant, the consonant R. We've also been able to get to learn about all the 12 vowels. We've also managed to do the 12, on unit 8, where we are able to do the diphthongs, the I, oi. I enjoy loud music. I, oi, I, oi, you, ow. I enjoy loud music. Loud, ow, music, you. Okay? Now in unit 10, we want to learn about a new concept. We have a new concept which represent the sound of st. It's the sound of an ST, which we say it is a shallow loop written in the same direction as the S circle which represents the sound of est, fast, must, mist. There's an ST. So we say it is written in the same direction as the S circle. Okay? But now it is not a circle. It is a loop. A shallow loop written in the same direction as the S circle, but now this represents the sound of ST. Honest, must, store, fast, staff, etc. So when do we use this ST loop? We say we use it at the beginning and end of curves. Now curves, remember, it is something that is not straight. So we say we use an ST either at the end of an L curve. For example, a word like last, L-S-T. But for a word like staff, it begins S-T-F, staff. So the ST comes either at the end or at the beginning of curves. So we've got those examples of last, assist, missed, staff, store, etc. We also say the ST loop is used on at the beginning of straight strokes, either at the beginning or at the end of straight strokes. For words like cost, there's a K-S-T. Okay? Then at the beginning, for words like suggest, study, yeah, storage, it comes at either the beginning or the end of straight strokes. We also use the ST loop in the middle of some words. For example, add, just, ting. There's an S and then there's an in. Yeah, we have words like justify, justify. We've got words like tasting, yeah, suggesting, yeah. It comes in the middle of these words. Okay, we also say we can also add a sound of S at the end of this ST. For example, we've got word like lists. There's an L, S-T, and there's an S circle. Okay? Words like tastes. There's a T, S-T, and an S circle. We've got costs. There's a K, S-T, and an S. Yeah, so we can also add an S circle at the end of ST. We also say the ST loop, or this ST shallow loop, can also be used to represent the sound of a heavy sound. For example, used, something that has happened, used, yeah. Posts, yeah, P and then an ST. Advised, yeah, it is the sound of a heavy, it's a heavy sound which is represented by this ST loop. Okay, however, there are certain circumstances under which we don't use that ST. Yeah, and which are these circumstances? We say when a vowel occurs between an S and a T, the ST loop is not used. For example, a word like cassette, there's a K, S, and there's a T, there's a vowel A, ka, set. There's a vowel E between S and T. Okay? A word like receipt, re, S, E, and a T. So we don't use an ST loop in the middle of those words because there's a sound of a vowel. But a word like rest, yeah, we don't have any sound of a vowel. Okay? We have a word like opposed. We use the ST loop, but opposite, we don't use the ST loop because we have the sound of a vowel. Okay? So that is basically the introduction part of the ST loop. And we also have got another STR. Now the ST loop, which we say is a shallow one, represents the sound of ST. Then we have another sound which we call the star. For example, poster. Now this sound is represented by now a larger loop. Yeah, it is written in the same S direction and it extends 2/3 of the outline. Remember, the ST loop is half the outline, but now the star is 2/3 of that outline and it is written in the same direction as the S circle. Yeah, so we have got a word like post. You see, for posts it is P and an ST, but for a word like poster, it's a star. The hook is enlarged. We've got administer, administer. Yeah, the sound star is represented by that enlarged loop. We've got master, master. We've got register. Yeah, this is not now the ST, it is star. Yeah, which is represented by that enlarged hook. It's an enlarged shallow hook written on the same side of the S circle. So we've got the ST, which is a small shallow hook, which is the size written half the size of the outline, and we've got the star, which is a 2/3, yeah, written on that outline, which represents the sound of star. Okay, then we have got something that we call the says. Says, yeah, so which we say it is a large circle written in the same direction as the S circle, which represent the sound of says or says or zes. It represents 3 sounds. Now this is not it's not a loop. It is an enlarged S circle. Okay, an enlarged S circle, which is written at the end of words such as taxes. Taxes. Yeah, so the S is enlarged to represent the sound of S and S. We've got success. Success. we've got causes, we've got losses, there's an S and an S. So the sound over that S is an enlarged hook. The said circle can also be written in the middle of some words. Yeah, which kind of words are we referring to? Necessary, there's an N, S, and then a re, an upward re. We've got necessity, there's an N, an S, and another S and a T. So we say the S circle can also, the S circle can also be written either at the end of words, in the middle of some words which we mentioned, like necessary, necessity, and we say any vowel other than a short vowel A between two S's is indicated by writing the vowel sign inside the circle. So this can also be written inside the circle. So now here we capture the vowel. So this vowel is captured with a dot. For example, a word like basis. So there's an A and there's a vowel E. So the E is represented by a small dot which is written inside the circle. Insist, okay, exercise, emphasize, etc. We also told just after a few words which ends with an S are written with the S circle and stroke B and stroke S for distinguishing purposes. Now here we don't use the S, instead we use the S stroke for words like access, access. So we don't use the big S, instead we use the S stroke. We've got words like excess, so we use the S circle, we use the S stroke and not the S circle. With words like possess, P-S and a stroke S, okay? But for words like causes, yeah, we use the double S circle. Words like cases, K and a says circle. We have a word like possess, which is a P and an enlarged says circle. So I want to reach up to that point, but I also want to finish up on that unit. We go to something called the sway, swing, yeah, which we say it is a large circle written in the same direction as the S circle, which represents the sound of sway, swim, switch, swear, yeah, swayed, yeah. So this is a way of, it is an S circle can also be used to represent that sound of swing, switch, sway, swear, yeah, and it is represented by that enlarged S, but in this case it's supposed to represent the sound of sway, swing, switch, etc. Okay, so we have that unit. Now from unit 10 I want you to go to those outlines, yeah. I want you to drill them 5 times each, okay. Go to reading practice 1. I want you to translate that passage, write the notes and translate it. And now from this semester henceforth, I want to be seeing your assignment. So once you've done your assignment, you will need to be sending it to me via WhatsApp, because I will also need to monitor very, very closely on what we are doing. So I want to see your notes. Notes means your outlines, and I would also want to see the reading and writing practice. So I want you to do reading and writing practice 1, reading practice 2, and reading practice 3. and 4. So I want you to do those outlines from the ST, from the star, from the SES, and from the SWAY 5 times each. Do reading practice 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I've repeated again. From this semester henceforth, I want to be seeing what you're drilling. So you have to be making an effort of sending me the assignment once you're done with it before the next lesson. Yeah, before the next lesson. So I'll make sure I also give you ample time for you to prepare and make sure that you give me this lesson or this assignments on time. Yeah, and as I've said before, in case we have any issues, yeah, please feel free to contact me and I'll be able to guide you and to assist you where necessary. Otherwise, I wish you guys a very good day, and take care of yourself. Bye.